Okay, morning Year 2s. I did promise another video. So we've done lots of multiplication, we've done lots of division. Here, today we're going to talk about how we can combine the two and how we can look at solving multiplication using division and the other way around. And the way we're going to do it is, that's a horrible line. The way we're going to do it is using an array. Okay, you've had these in your pack. You've had to make your own arrays if you've done it. So, and you could get questions which start off with the array or a question that actually starts off with the multiplication. And we're going to have a go at both today. So we're going to start off with a really simple multiplication calculation. Okay, 3 times 2. Now, most of you will be able to do that in your head. Yeah, I'm not debating that. But what we're going over is what these two numbers mean again. So that is the number of groups. Or when you're doing arrays, you actually don't use the word groups. You do lines. Okay? And then this number here is the number in each group. Or the number in each line. Okay, so I want 3 lines with 2 in each line. So that's what I'm going to draw, and you can do this at home. So there's my first line, my second line, and my third line. But I want 2 in each. At the moment, I've only got 1 in each. So we're going to do this one here. Okay, that is a very simple array. We've still got groups, but they're in lines this time. So to show this, there's 1 group, there's 2 groups, there's 3 groups. So I can then count up the dots and I can tell you that there is 6. Okay, nice and simple. But from this array, we can also make a division. Because remember that division is the opposite of multiplication. So remember, with division, you have to start with the bigger number because you're then sharing it out. Think about the division by sharing and grouping that we did in the previous video. So I'm just going to write 3 times 2 equals 6 over here again. We're only going to use these numbers. So 6 is our biggest number. Then we put the divide sign in. And then how have we done it? So we've divided the 6 into how many groups? Well, 1 group, 2 group, 3 groups. So that's how many groups. So for the division, remember, this is the total. And the second number is the number of groups. Okay, the answer is then the number in each group. The number in each group. So that's what we work out. Well, how many's in that group? 2. Same in that one? Yes, same in that one. So they're all the same. So we know, I'm going to take away that circle actually. Just have the line. So I have changed it round the other way. So we can say that 3 times 2 equals 6, but we can also say that 6 divided by 3 equals 2. We can show that from just one array. But there's more. Let me draw the same array again. Now, as you well know, a line doesn't have to go across. a line can go down. So here we have a line and here we have a line. So we're going to make that into our group. One group and another group. So for our multiplication this time, we have, remember how many lines, how many groups? We have 2 groups. The second number is the number in each line, or the number in each group. 1, 2, 3. We still have 6 dots altogether. What would the division be this time then? So we're starting off with our 6 because it's the biggest number. We're not changing that. Here's the divide sign. So how many groups? Remember we got it here, the number of groups. How many groups have we got this time? Well, we've got 2. And how many in each group? Well, there's 3. So what you can do is from one single array, you can come up with 2 multiplications and 2 divisions. If you want to be super clever, you can also come up with 2 additions as well. Because what you're really doing is you're counting here in 2s. So you could say that this one is 2. Add 2. Add 2. Still equals 6. And for this one, you've got 3, add 3. So subtraction is the one that's left out here because there is a connection between multiplication, addition, and then division as well. Let's have a go at another one, okay? We're going to start off with that calculation again, and we're going to come up with the array, and then we're going to see if we can come up with our 6 number sentences. So this time we're going to make it a little bit harder. We're going to do 5 times 4. Now many of you are saying, I don't know my 4 times table. Doesn't matter. Watch. Okay, so remember we need 5 lines of 4. The first number is the number of lines. The second number is the one how many dots in that line. So we're going to do 5 lines of 4. So there's my first one. Okay, here's my second. You can draw this while I'm doing it as well. Three, 4, 5. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines of 4. Just to show it, I'm going to draw my groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I know that's what I've started with. Now, some of you might think, well, I can count in 4s and I know the answer to that. I'm going to pretend I can't. Okay, so I don't know what that is yet. But I'm going to feel it, I think I'm going to be able to fit it in a bit later on. What I could do is just count all the dots. Okay, but think about your other multiplication. So I'm going to use the same array this time. I'm not going to draw it again. But remember we went across for the first multiplication. Well, we're going to go down for this one. And I'm going to use a different colour. So I've got 1 group. I've got 2 groups. I've got 3 groups. I've got 4 groups. So what's my multiplication going to be? 4 groups of, so remember that's what the multiplication sign means, it means groups of. How many in each group this time? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, now I can count in 5s. So I reckon I can come up with an answer now. 5, 10, 15, 20. 4 groups of 5. So I can fill in 20. I can fill in 20. And look what we have done with the numbers. all we have done is swap them round. Okay, so what about the division then? Well, we've got these three numbers, the biggest number. Let's think about the green ones now. We've got 20. How many groups have we got? How many lines? We've divided it into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 20 divided by 5 equals the number in a group. 1, 2, 3, 4. What if I was doing the blue one then? Can you do it by yourself? 20 divided into 1, 2, 3, 4 groups equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What have we done this time? So again, we've kept the 20 the same, just like we kept the 20 the same up here, but we're changing these numbers around this time. So they go the other side of the equal sign. If we want to be really snazzy, we can now come up with our additions as well. So let's take the greens again. We've got 4, add 4, add 4, add 4, add 4 equals 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups of 4. Doing it the other way around, we're going in groups of 5 this time, aren't we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got 5, add 5, add 5, add 5 equals 20. So we've got, from one array this time, I haven't even drawn it twice, we have got all these calculations. And if we started off with the array, then we should be able to come up with all 6 again. So this time I'm going to go back to a simpler array. What if we just had that given to us? What multiplications and what calculations, divisions and additions could we come up with this time? Well, let's get our pens back out again. Let's go across. So, we can make one group, 2 groups, and 3 groups. So, I have got 3 groups of, right, how many in each group? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3 groups of 4. Again, I can't count in 4s. I don't know the answer. Yes, I can count the dots. But let's have a go then with the other way. 1 group, 2 groups, 3 groups, 4 groups. So this time I have got 4 groups. Remember, we swapped them round. So I've got 4 groups of 1, 2, 3. Right. I can count in 3s. 3, 6, 9, 12. And if you're not good at counting in 3s, check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I can put 12 in there and 12 in there. Right, now we've got our 3 numbers, we can come up with our divisions. Remember, the division, start with the biggest number. Divide. Let's do the green. How many groups? 1, 2, 3. How many numbers in a group? 1, 2, 3, 4. Which means the other one should be 12 divided by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 equals 3. 1, 2, 3. What would my additions be? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 equals 12. What would my other ones be? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Still got 12 dots there. So you can do this anyway. One final thing. What if we had this? Okay, so I know this is the number. I've got a missing number now. So remember, the same rules apply. This is the number of lines. Okay, this is number in a line. Okay, and this is the total. So I know I have 8, and I'm going to split it into 4 groups. So I can write that as a division. 8 divided into number of that many lines. Okay, let's work it out by using an array. Now, let's draw it. 8 into groups of 4. So there's my groups of 4. Okay, but I've only got 4 at the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we can then start drawing it. So 8 divided into 4 groups. How many is in a group? 2. I could check it. So let's do it the other way around. Let's put 2 into there then. So I can do, have I got 4 groups? How many is in a line? Times 2 equals 8 altogether. I know that 4 2s are 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. So you can use the array to find a missing number problem as well. Or you can skip the array altogether, because now you're starting to realise how to change a division into a multiplication, or the other way around. If you had a division question here, you could make it a multiplication to help you solve the answer. I hope that helps. Okay, that is pretty much it now for multiplication and division. Okay, the only other videos you will see now are on fractions. Okay, but everything in that multiplication and division booklet and in the revision guys, you should be able to do now. If you can't, talk to mum, talk to dad, get them to send me an email, tell me what you're struggling with, and I'll do another video for you. Okay, but if not, go over the videos that I've already done. Brilliant. Well done, everybody.